Alright, we should be live. Hello, random people. It's time for the fucking Matrix. Yes. Before we get started, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to Devon's Journey to Recovery, to helping victims of Africom, to helping out Cohen Daly, the Australian kid. Also, some other content creators, Stevie, aka Redneck Economics, Sleepy J, Buy My Coffee, and Ali Alexandra. All links are in the description box. Do it. What's up, Opeth? What's up, Mickey? That's right, we are talking Matrix. James is gonna be, I guess, sketching characters, or I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's doing something. You good? Yeah. Oh yeah. I am not on screen. Thank. To make it a little see-through. I don't know. I don't know. I'll leave it. All right. So just make sure all this drawings there in the corner. And we got that right there. Actually, let me use the other. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Damn. It might be too. We'll just do whatever. What's up, Oz? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Matrix 4 is coming out. There's going to be a trailer tomorrow? Tomorrow or the next day, there's going to be a trailer for it. There's already a teaser. And, I guess this guy is going to be like a Morpheus type guy. But they're going to, I guess it's going to be Neo training the new Morpheus or something. You're going to see Neo with a dimmer frame? What's that? What in the hell is that, bro? So yeah, it's just gonna be me rambling about the movie, talking shit about it. Me basically being as lazy as possible as while I do it. I'll answer any questions about the movie. Uh, you know, I'll do what I do. Give me 1 second. We are gonna be live later with a normal live stream where we do videos, topics, all that shit. For now, chilling, relaxing, sketching. I gotta share. Sick. Share it everywhere. Everywhere. Are there any Matrix fans watching? Or am I the only one? Me and James the only one. Oh, baby. You already know I love movies. What's up, Prop? You know the scene where they told Neo our way or the highway? Background Street was where I lived at the time. I always laugh. I see. I always laugh when I see that bit. Is that when? That's when they pull the thing out of his stomach, right? When he's about to get into the car. It's our way or the highway. Yeah. Give me a second, guys. Got to tweet this out. You know, famous and shit, and everyone. This is us blood sucking the Matrix. Is there a hashtag? There is. I would want it. Bam. What's up, Grey Walker? I like the Matrix. Reloaded it. Reloaded in my butthole. Come on, props. Say it. Say it. What? Like, do you actually like the movies, or are you just fucking around, trolling? Grey Walker. I like the Matrix. The Well, everyone's gonna say they like number one. It's about the sequels where people get like, you know. Once again, I think that's straight up from like a movie making standpoint, as opposed to like the thoughts and concepts behind it. What's up, Vicious? Mr. Anderson, surprised to see me? That wasn't terrible. I think that was a terrible agent. I'm looking forward to it. Matrix Explained is a good channel. Oh, I seen him recommended, where it's like almost like that's basically just only talks about the Matrix, essentially, right? There's a channel like that, but with Game of Thrones, called like Talking Thrones or something like that. Yearly content about this thing. Interesting. Yeah, yeah, that's the CNAs. I mean, it would be hard to find a movie with more blatantly jam-packed philosophical, psychological, sociological, political concepts in it. There's movies that do that, but they're not so blatant or just right in your face. Pause. Yeah. There's actually a girl from Game of Thrones that's gonna be in the new one. The girl with the gun. Open an article. Or is she in here? What we're gonna do is copy read our article. Where is she? Right there. That girl right there. Yeah, she's one of the daughters of Prince Oberyn. My butthole seems to reload overnight. In the morning, I set all those little bacteria free. Thank you for your service, my little bowel warrior. You have earned your freedom. Jesus. Free the free the microbe. Hey Duck. You know anything about do ducks watch movies? I don't think so. It's not inherent to their natural behavior though. They probably like Marvel movies. They probably like Marvel movies. Damn, Devon. Thanks for the follow, bro. By the way, I just automatically follow back whoever I see. Whoever follows me on Twitter. Get this fucking video out of here. Get this Andrew Garfield. He was a whack ass Spider Man. Well, actually, the movie was whack, so. Yeah, the movie sucked. What's up, Mad Mom? I read books. What does it make you, like, all high and mighty or something? Oh? Big whoop. What's up, Mariana? About to get into some Matrix talk. But, yeah, I'm probably for sure gonna play some videos during this. Prepping a bit. Ready to wreck everybody. R.I.P. Michael K. Williams. Is that sarcasm, Matt Hunter? Be pretty cunty. Someone dying. Alright. Murder juice. You didn't have to say it, Red Sea. Ducks inherently think they're better than everyone else. I'm here to show you that the Wachowski sisters are trying to tell us that we're all equal. We are all the one. Yes. Why Neo always wearing a dress? What are you talking about? Yeah, they're all like the Wachowskis are into that weird and techno world, fucking all black leather and shit. Yeah, cyberpunk. There. I don't know. Like I don't know. That I had no problem with. Like Omar was a great character. That's what I keep hearing. I've watched a while. An all right show. It's okay. It's nowhere near the night of that HBO show with Michael K. Williams. That show is fucking epic, but I don't think it's. So it was like a one season. That's a show. There's 10 episodes. You're getting like one really long movie, and they did a great job with it. Ducks are the only species that actually screw. Yeah, they're trying to screw humanity over and shit. I don't know what the writer of this article was thinking, saying that this guy's experiencing the same thing that Neo did, and when his mouth is about to close or whatever, from like in the interrogation room. Like, no, this guy looks calm as shit. Being like, he's probably like a agent guy or something. All right, let's see if we can get away with this. I'm gonna play this. Dun, 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 dun. Matrix 4 teaser trailer. Before I play that, I'll turn it so you. I'll turn it so you can. So before I play that, I just want to play this little speech that I used in my video earlier today from Keanu Reeves himself. Maintenance. Your thoughts of 50 Cent clowning and mocking the death of Michael K. Williams? Well, historically, we all understand that 50 Cent is probably a dipshit. Like, I can make certain claims about someone like Jay-Z as far as like, oh, he has these interesting concepts he works with. 50? Good luck. Good luck. Every piece of art he touches seems like it could sound good or look good. Like I watched the Power series, and I love this first album. But as far as depth goes, good fucking luck. Good fucking luck. He was corporate before he went corporate. Like that was his state of mind. As far as him clowning someone dying and all that shit, probably thinking more attention or whatever, or he maybe had a beef with the guy, whatever. Pause. I'm supposed to be reading Harlot's Ghost, but that book is so long as fuck, and I am not even halfway through. Why don't read? Screw that. Give me a movie. I don't even want picture books. I just want movie. Give me movie or show. All right. So before I play the Matrix teaser, I'm gonna play this speech from Keanu Reeves from years ago, talking about the Matrix. Here we go.
I went to the Warner Brothers lot in Burbank to meet Andy and Larry Wachowski, the writers and directors of a film entitled The Matrix. I was excited to speak with them. They had written something that I had never seen, but in a way, something that I'd always hoped for, as an actor, as a fan of science fiction. The script that they wrote synthesized to me, I don't know, it had Gibson. I'm going to be a little inside baseball here, as they say. But it had Gibson, it had Verne, it had K. Dick, Frank Miller, anime, Kurosawa, Peckinpah. It was Nietzsche. It was Buddha. It was Christ. It was themes and levels. It was dualities, modalities, realities, dreams, will, destiny, freedom, slavery of the mind, of the body, the construct, who lives, who dies, identity, sexuality, viruses,
What's up,
and
Lucky?
love. It was mythology, philosophy, technology, and truth. What truth?
What truth? What truth was it? Clearly, it's the truth of how to get laid. Oh no, wait. What is it? No, how to understand women so that you can not get Victor. Let me see. Pick your ads. Ah, shit. Alright, I might have fucked up. Monetize the video. I have to edit that real fast. Let me edit this. I think that's how a lot of guys get their channels like permanently demonetized. Is that they monetize things they're not supposed to monetize, or they do things in their videos and don't change the settings of like what's actually in your video. Like I got a recent check from YouTube saying, "Oh, you've stayed true to your word as far as what you're doing," so they don't fuck with me. Everyone's like, "I'm demonetized. Out my ass." Like a thing, like what is Temple? We don't curse because we'll get demonetized. Like no, you just tell them that you're gonna curse, and it stays monetized. You just won't get like kids ads on your fucking video. You'll get whatever movie trailers or something like that. I like pointing out corruption as much as anyone else, but my God, be real about it, huh? Oh yeah. Not saying all cases are like that. I'm saying like I'd be curious to do like a forensics on what they've been whatever. Hey, is this topic controversial? All I have to do is check the box and say this is controversial. Instead of Ford playing on your video when they don't want to be associated with quote unquote controversial content. Granted, that's fucking stupid, but like, hey, who was it? Socrates? Who's like, yeah, but it's they're stupid, but that's their rule or whatever the fuck. If you break it, expect whatever. Now, if you're doing it in protest, it's a whole different area. All right, let me see if I can edit this video real fast. What's up, Sin? Had to sit through a 7-minute NRA ad? Really? Trying to turn. I'm gonna turn this fucking thing off. Monetize part. Damn. All right. So monetize should be turned off. No more ads. All right, we can go back to video. Emblem, what's up, Emblem? We chillin', we chillin'. That handsomest voice. Oh, stop it. Now I know you're bullshitting me. Hear this monotone. Flat Rock Speedway. School bus figure eight. Figure eight race. I am going to be trying to stick to Matrix themed stuff for now. We're going to have a normal live stream after this one, so don't worry. We'll be doing the normal shit later. Alright, here we go. We're going to play the new teaser trailer for The Matrix 4 Resurrection.
This is the moment for you to show us what is real right now. We believe it's 6:27 p.m. But that couldn't be further from the truth.
I believe this guy played Dr. Manhattan.
Could be.
In the new
This is the first day of the rest of your life. But if you want it, you gotta fight for it.
Alright, that's part one.
Do you remember how you got here? You've lost your capacity to discern reality from fiction. What's real is here and now. 6:28 p.m. Anything else is just your mind playing tricks on you. It becomes a problem when fantasies endanger us. We don't want anyone to get hurt, do we?
There's a lot you could go. I think it was like a thing where you go to a website and then you make your choice of something and it'll pull you in two different tracks and they showed you both tracks. Right? And even the language. One sounded, I guess the new Morpheus guy is going to sound more woo-woo-ish. And the other one was the new Agent Smith, I guess. He's going to sound more practical, material, whatever. It's a trick of the brain, trick of the mind. As opposed, this is not real. I hope they don't just do the, I don't know. I hope they don't do the straight up like the only theme they focus on is like simulation theory. I hope it's not that. I hope they once again, like the first Matrix, do a lot like it's in your face, but it, like a subtle version of giving you all these concepts in a movie. I find that interesting. Boring as it may be. I think it's not only great in the storytelling sense because, let's be real, average moviegoers, even though they may not see the philosophical concepts behind whatever characters, they still can understand the notion of like of a character being compelling, right? Everyone notices the fucking Joker character in The Dark Knight, but they may not know the philosophical concepts behind that character. There's a red-blue trailer, basically. Yeah, I figured. That's what it said in that article. They ruined Matrix with the third one. Is this like a remake? If not, hasn't the story and context already been ran into the ground? They did not ruin the third Matrix at all. They stayed true to the story they were telling in the beginning. The problem is the cinematic aspects were fucked up. Right? Yeah. You know, certain plot things people didn't like, or certain language used, or acting, or certain storyboards people don't like, or certain aesthetics people don't like. What? Are you whispering? But yeah, as far as staying true to the subtext they started with, they 100% did that. In fact, they like double, tripled down on it, of a whole like messiah or messianic type of character. Simulation theory seems like a convenient haven for the paranoid. I mean, I hope they don't do that. Granted, there was elements of that in the trilogy, in the original trilogy. There's definitely elements of that, but it was doing less of, we live in a computer program questions, and more of, are you actually seeing reality type questions. That was more of the angle they went with. Is that Matrix related, Matt Hunter? Trying to stick to the Matrix type stuff. I mean, I can kind of talk about other movies, but like, I don't want to like play other movies' content. I want to kind of keep this on theme. If I do bring up a movie, it'll just be in comparison to this one. Matrix was inspired by Ghost in the Shell. Possibly. That would seem likely. That seems like on theme. But I bet they did more with it. They did quite a bit more. Yellow Reus? What? I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah, you're sending me Macbeth. Roman Polanski film of all things. When is the fourth one coming out? Not sure. I'm not sure exactly. But it's basically like, yes, this is coming out. Here's a teaser, and then we're going to have a full trailer in a few days. Oh, they literally asked the director of Ghost in the Shell if they could refer to it, or reference off of it. Yeah, but there's so many more concepts in this movie. Very sure of that. I've not seen all of Ghost in the Shell, but I've seen some of it. Like the movie, not the live action. I mean the actual animation one. I never was there a show for it, right? I never watched the show, but yeah. I believe there's a lot more, or not, in the original trilogy. Wish I could play part of the movie, but yeah, let's find out. What the fuck is this? Philosophy in the Matrix: Framing of Black Persons. I'm curious. I'm curious. I can't hear it. Gonna be some sort of troll shit.
You are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
Cornel West has written about how black people can see themselves through white eyes. They don't
That's
see
from the
themselves
documentary.
with their own eyes as authentic human beings. They are viewing themselves through a framework of ideas given to them by the hegemonistic white society. See themselves through white eyes.
A prison for your mind.
Cornel West has written about how
Cornel
black people can
West.
see themselves through white eyes. They don't see themselves with their own eyes as authentic human
You
beings.
see how well Cornell's
They are
doing, you
viewing
know.
themselves through a framework of ideas given to them by the hegemonistic white society. I think that is an idea which the Wachowski brothers have really taken to heart and incorporated as one of the strands in this multiplex of prisons that their people are breaking out of.
Most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system that they will fight to protect it.
Okay, I guess I can get away with little clips like that. December? Okay. Like Christmas time. I'll ask a Matrix / Matt Hunter related question. How come so many blacks in the Matrix look and sound the same? What do you mean? Okay, I get the joke now. Alright. And I went over my head for a second. There's a show I saw some of it never finished, but I can see the Matrix links. Oh yeah, 100%. I hope Matrix 4 is a prequel like Phantom Menace, and the architect is a young pod racer for some reason. I mean, a theme in the movies, definitely like if you watch just the graphics for the movie, like the visual graphics for like, you know, credits, for the credits and for, you know, like the beginning of the movie where you see a zoom in, out, back in again. I think that's a reference to something like a quote unquote Big Bang Theory, where it's like beginning wasn't a beginning, it's a continuation of something that's happened already. It would start that small little microscopic thing and then expand into an entire universe, shrink back to a microscopic thing, then expand back into a large universe. Like the universe is breathing or something, or it is a breath. And with that reference, I'll send it back to maybe there's like oh, Neo's the one. Now Morpheus is the one. And Neo's the one. Morpheus, or iterations of the one and whatnot, to where it's Neo teaching Morpheus to teach himself, to teach Morpheus, to teach himself, to teach Morpheus, on and so forth. What's up, Steve Cutler? I heard everyone that has viewed this film have tried to break out of their movie theater chairs, but sadly could not. Who would want to do that? It's a great movie. I bet, if I had to bet, I bet the Wachowskis wanted more of a reaction to the movie than they got. I think the reactions they got were like, look at the cool cinematography, or we've never seen that in a film, and things like that, as opposed to hey, maybe this is a recipe for, saving your world first, and then you can translate that into the rest of the world, right? Just by existing, having some sort of suitcase of gold, if you will. Zoom in, zoom out is a very handy skill. Yes. Ones and zeros. Yeah. Part of me wants to play the architect scene, but I don't think that's 4 minutes long, bro. Too much. Copyrighted for sure. Never knew you were such a big Matrix fan. Thought Batman gave you more woo-woo. Monkey Braveheart trilogy still best though. Freak you. Throughout my experience with movies, there's movies that stood out, and Batman movies and the Matrix movies definitely were some of those that stood out to me. I think the Batman series kind of stretched their concepts throughout 3 films, as opposed to just bombardment of concepts in the Matrix movies, like straight up from the jump in the first one. You're gonna throw something very similar at you in the second one and in the third one. It's consistent, but I want to see like a hero character sort of walk the path very slowly while going through detail by detail of what they're doing, but in a artsy fartsy way. In a not so blatantly telling you, but you seeing it through an abstract lens as opposed to a, what does this mean? It means this. And he reads a book in front of him or something. That's how, like, as far as symbolism goes, that's how the Matrix reads. It's like someone just opening a book and just reading it to you. As opposed to Dark Knights where it's like, follow me. Keep following. Looking. That's why I like the Batman series more. And even that's hard to say more. A white male is no longer allowed to be the one in cinema or TV, count on them making some female being the one. Plus, Neo will probably be turned gay. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I don't think it was ever about any of that. He cares. Yeah.
Who said that?
Hey, Hunter. My problem with digital stuff is that it represents only the measure and misses all the stuff in between the measures. Well, I think the Matrix addresses those in between. In fact, the initial premise is them escaping digital, right, to touch down on the real. Yeah, Neo and Morpheus, zeros and ones. And they're supposed to represent all the numbers in a way. We're just watching Neo go from 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and back to 1 again, which is 10 with a 0. And 11, 12, 13, 14, on and so forth. What's up, movie maker? Matrix 4 will most likely suck. I fucking hope not. But there's been a trend with movies. By God. There has been as far as, like within the last 5, 6 years, no more than that, right? Yeah.
decade.
I'd say like 5 or 6 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago, there's like a phase when it's like phasing into movies. Why do you think it'll suck, Movie Maker? If I hear your reasoning, I can give like either a rebuttal or like say, yeah, I agree. Free your mind. Also, I can see like your taste in movies as to why, what you're looking for, and I can be like, yeah, they'll probably have this, or they probably won't have this. You're a movie maker, I'm a movie watcher. The energy required to measure the universe would take all the energy from infinite universes. What if we are universes within a universe? And we can measure it all. We are the thing we seem to measure. What's up, Justin? There is no hard choice. If you're truly loyal, then Batman is the one. I'm loyal to Monkey Braveheart Freedom. Freedom! To the monkeys. You can't both sides. You gotta choose Batman or Matrix. I already said the Batman series was better. I already said that. With the exception of Mad Max, most of these sequel jazzed up by Hollywood decades later often suck. I'll say seems like a trend. But at the same time, we're getting the same writers and directors of the original one, right? That's one thing to consider. Another thing to consider is it's not always the case. I mean, how many times has Batman been rehashed? Yeah, we got a Dark Knight series. Also, hopefully things turn around. I mean, was it the next Ghostbusters movie coming out? Right? Guy who's son of the original, was he writer or director of the original Ghostbusters? Instead of the shit we got in 2016? Or the garbage we got in 2016? By the way, I'm going to mod you, movie maker. The only rule is no banning, no timing out anyone. The only reason you have is so that you can say what you want and also put links down. Pause. Name any movie with a 4 at the end of it that's good. It's probably a guilty pleasure, but it's definitely a guilty pleasure. Lethal Weapon 4. I had fun with it. Other than that, like, movies usually stop at 3, so I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna use superstition, guys. When I see certain directors and writers that don't seem like they lost that ability to tell stories, right? We saw them do Sense8 not too long ago. Like, hey, give it a watch. You hope you're wrong? Me too. Free your mind and your ass will follow. I enjoyed Monkey Magic. Morpheus? Yes. I believe that guy is going to be Morpheus. Show him on screen. Morpheus rebooted. Because for some reason Lawrence Fishburne is not a part of this project. What if every subatomic particle is no more than Mickey Mouse is behaving badly, and Walt Disney is the only true God? Well, I tap out then. Tap out of life. You'll be over soon? Alright, cool. The Dark Knight series wasn't a sequel to the Burton films, though. It was an entire new thing. Yeah, but come on. Like if you're gonna bring the example of Mad Max, it's like, come on. I'm gonna do the Batman thing then. Even if it's directly tied to the other Mad Max films, it's still like, come on, it's like, what's the difference there? Like 40, more than that? When's Mad Max? What is that? The 80s? 70s, 80s? And you have, what, 40, 50 years in between? You're welcome, movie maker. I'm not a film buff, but I'm a film fan for sure. The ones I do like, I can talk about for forever. Chinese will probably not watch Matrix 4. I'm like, whatever. Because look, the movies that were like specifically pandering to China, they seem like they're fucking garbage. Venom was trash. The Transformer movies were trash. Fast and Furious movies trash. Like on a filmmaking, I'm sure people have fun with them, but as movies, like kind of trash. They thought out Uncle Disney and be some changes made. If I see Uncle Disney, I'm running the other direction. Careful what you wish for. All my life, I wanted Dragon Ball Z to come back. It did, and abandoned all the side characters I love and went repetitive. Only reason I stay is because I'm cult loyal to Dragon Ball. And Bob? Who's Bob? One of the writers or something? Hugo Weaving isn't in it either. Yeah. That. I mean, he has the epic voice. He's a good actor, but as far as agents go, they're supposed to kind of be like generic. I know Smith is supposed to be is like an iconic character, but it's still, you can make a new Smith. Making a new Morpheus, that's a little more hefty. Let me see. Matrix 4 could be like Creed and have Neo and Trinity training son of Morpheus. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Not sure I want that. That'd be interesting though. Because they're both supposed to be dead, right? Neo and Trinity. I like the infinite loop aspect I had said before, where it's like this movie is kind of like Neo training Morpheus, so that Morpheus can train Neo, so that Neo can train Morpheus, so that Morpheus can train Neo. Like I continue, like, oh, this has been an infinite thing of prophecy and messianic characters and on and so forth. That's the weirdo shit I like in movies. America's just a giant theme park. Put on them mouse ears and get in line. I didn't see the latest Mad Max. Is it true that Max took a backseat to the Charlize Theron character? Oh, to Tom Hardy? No, not really. He just made her like an equal badass. I didn't mind the newer Mad Max movie. It's fun, entertaining. There's some subtext there too. It wasn't like an empty movie. It feels like we get today, where it's just political messages. That's the part. If it's just that, this Matrix movie, that'll be heartbreaking to me. Chinese have a problem with the number 4. I don't even know. You, sir, are a hater? How am I a hater? Or who are you talking to? The cult of SpongeBob, all hail our grand sea priest, praise us, oh dear Bob. I had high hopes for Bill and Ted 3, and that sucked. I get that Keanu is a moneymaker again with John Wick, but not getting my hopes up. I hear you. And, oh, what's up, ICU? Yellow Bat Road. Right. Fucking right. Yeah, Bill and Ted 3 was. I mean, I don't really remember the movie, to be honest with you. And as a kid, I loved those movies. Well, the second one in particular. And yeah, not good. They went with the whole Ghostbusters 3 thing where it's like these super duper bright colors and like super duper CGI shit and all that. It's like, I don't know. They could do so much better. The newer like teaser shit I saw for Ghostbusters looked way better as far as coloration. It looked more grounded, more grainy, rather than this like super duper 1080p, whatever the fuck, super 8K, super duper bright ghosts and shit like that. I'm like, man, this is fucking trash. Use practical effects. Make it like a throwback. Also, they didn't even tie it to the original ones, the new Ghostbusters, man. But yeah, Bill and Ted 3 had those fucking like fuck, turn your lights down type shit. I'm sure there's movies where that fits. Maybe like Pixar movies or something. Where those bright poppy colors like work. Something like Ghostbusters or Bill and Ted, or like imagine that in a Superman movie or a Batman movie. You have bright popping colors and shit. I would run out of the fucking theater. I got wrecked by who? Forgot the camera's not on. You ain't wrecking shit, Duck. Charlize Theron is 5'6", 97 pounds. How can she be taken seriously as a badass? Because it's a fucking character. Movie. I can make a movie about myself and make myself fly if I want to.
No,
It's a movie. Huh? I don't know.
Who's 5 what?
Charlize Theron. Who's lovely, by the way. I heard the Mad Max movie. You know, she's like kicking ass and shit. Yeah, I know. By the way, Rose Namajunas would beat the living fuck out of you, Matt Hunter. Pretty small herself.
Arza?
Yeah. Wrestle fuck you. Mad Max 1 got its mystique because it was a zero budget film by the folks at the NIDA School of Theater and Drama. Everything after that lost the urgency. Maybe. I mean, I like Thunderdome. It's like maybe like in more in like a nostalgic way. But it was like fun to me. But yeah, I don't go by the rule of like artists are gonna suck unless they're dirt poor or something. Not gonna do that. Some guys are like, well, maybe some people might be their original motive is money, which is why they might tailor off when they start getting successful. But then there's those guys who are like, oh, you're gonna give me more money for this? Watch this shit. They're gonna fucking turn into an extra masterpiece, like a Aronofsky, or Nolan, or a Wachowski's, on and so forth. Right? They made fucking Matrix Revolutions was what, 2003 or something? 2003 or 4? They made V for Vendetta right after that, 2004 or 5. So, verbally Sodom? What are you talking about? The only movies I'm interested in seeing is the Sopranos prequel. Now that's something I worry about. I'll tell you why in a second after I read your comment. And Spider-Man 3. Okay, that's going to be the Spider-Verse shit, right? I haven't even seen the first two, but bringing back Doc Ock and Tobey Maguire has me intrigued. I've seen the first two, huh? That's what I'm worried about with the Sopranos.
What I see.
It could be.
Wrestling. Talk about. Who were cheering.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, Spider-Man. Okay, let me start with Spider-Man. Spider-Man 3, like the newest Spider-Man, the Marvel Universe Spider-Man. I'd be worried if that was just a way to start funneling things back into Sony. Like, I'd be worried about that. Because the universe, like a Spider-Verse itself, is already, or a universe itself, trying to do a multiverse type thing, is already complicated on its own. I mean, there's ways to do a good job with it, but it'll be a lot of, like James said, fan service type stuff. It'll be stories that are just contained to the Spider-Man story itself, rather than reaching out to the audience and saying, here's something amazing, right? Today, what they do today to reach out into the audience is not what they used to do, I don't think, in film. Today, it's a lot more, they get you wrapped up into characters, right? It just pulls you into the plot further rather than the plot reaching out to you, if that makes any sense. Right? And something like the Marvel Universe, to where it's like, oh, instead of sitting down and be like, okay, why do I even like this character? Like, why do I care what happens to them? All that shit. Instead, it's like, hey, don't miss the next one. We're gonna do more of this universe. See? If you miss it, you're missing out on the big grand story. And then they just give you like a Hitler character. They give you Thanos. Instead of a, not saying Thanos it wouldn't be worth it. I'm saying like the way they wrote him made him as like not really a payoff, right? You need something extra, something beyond what people are thinking or anticipating. I think the comics notion was that he was in love with death, so he wanted to prove himself to death by wiping out half the universe. Look, hey, love me back. Look what I can do. Yeah. What's up, Stevie? And then Sopranos, I'd say expect disappointment. I'm gonna be real with you. Expect disappointment. Like, everyone's trying to turn everything into a fucking universe.
Have to.
I honestly blame, like, Game of Thrones. The way they did their storytelling. Where it was a universe within the universe. Right? If you don't like the Jon Snow character, or Jon Snow story, right? That was almost like a story isolated on its own. You don't like that story? Well, check out Queen Daenerys over here. Follow her story. You don't like that? Here's, King's Landing, what's happening there. And the big payoff is when all the universes come together. Like, that's cool. I think that's fucking awesome. It's just, you don't have to do so much for your characters when the big payoff is just them uniting. Right? And then when they united, they were like, what do we do now? They fucked that all up. What are my top 5 movies? Now, certain movies I take as a trilogy. So I'm taking the Nolan Batman series, the Matrix trilogy, Black Swan is an isolated movie, V for Vendetta is an isolated movie, and I'm going to go Before Sunrise, Before Sunset together. Good luck topping that. Charlize is gorgeous, borderline perfect. Thundercats? Is Matt still trying to start a race war? Maybe he could cut a cross in his forehead and do the requisite time in high max. Happy Star Trek Day. Oh, God. Just so you guys know, we're going to be doing a normal stream later, per usual. Just doing this Matrix and sketching and shit like that. Fictional, yes, but Mad Max universe of grounded in realism, is it not? I think you're putting realism in the realm of people at each other's throats, willing to just kill and murder each other for whatever resources or survival. I think that's the realism you secretly look for. But no, it's not. It's not as much as you think. I mean, it's all right. Take something like Thunderdome, right? Just because big men with steroid muscles and all that shit doesn't mean good fighter. Doesn't mean guaranteed win, right?
No.
Just like smaller woman who's, especially with what they were doing, they're kind of doing like the fucking Star Wars like racing types like scenery, right? That shit was fucking. That was like that movie Doomsday, I think it's called. The Mad Max scenes where they're like, it almost looks like this Star Wars fucking like pod racing. Where it's like a desert looking scene and but their cars are like death machines and shit like that.
Yeah.
Fuck each other up. Like, suspension of disbelief. But yeah. I'd also have to watch the movie again. But no, it's not. If you're going with the women are weak naturally, you're going with that narrative, as you need that to be the case for it to be realistic, then I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
Actually, meaning of what's actually realistic.
Yeah.
Meaning, Shevchenko would dead of, I don't know, dudes. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd rather look. It's like what you saw. Like, in a real fight, you would kill a lot of boxers, professional boxers. Those are dudes who are trained how to fight. Just street fight. Like, you're gonna die. Probably gonna die.
Just making sure.
It's on. I turned it on. But thanks.
Very good.
Yeah, it's tilted. Yeah. I mean, look. Randy Couture did James Toney.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, single leg. That happens. Like, how realistic is it? Like, do you see what I mean?
It all depends on his notion of real.
No, it's like we haven't heard that though. Saying this?
Yeah, I know.
No. Who? I don't know. Who said?
Oh, Matt Hunter.
Oh yeah. Can't argue. My bad. I thought it was someone more intelligent. It's not a dig. It's just that's actual analysis.
I did enjoy the movie Little Murders. Best dark comedy ever. My favorite dark comedy is probably Adaptation with Nicolas Cage. I watch stories where little anime boys and girls kick the crap out of giant aliens. As long as the story's good, I don't care the sizes. That said, I don't really care for Charlie's that much. Hater. Nah. We're talking about a movie. It's all about the style of movie, how it's being said, all that shit, right? That's more important than Charlie Theron couldn't do this in real life, or a woman that size couldn't do that in real life, even though that's not even true. It's all about the metaverse. Oh, that's you winking and nodding at your own work? How dare you? It has to be a trilogy. What does? Oh, he's being asked a question. What? No, the Road Warrior is the first Mad Max movie. Thunderdome is number 2, I believe. I think. Fishes better learn the code and help build the damn, or else. Are you saying Game of Thrones is predictive programming? Oh wait, Game of Thrones was a psyop to normalize toxic power politics. Real life just ain't like that. Really? I could have swore they were based on books from like years ago.
Yeah.
Which means they didn't even know it was going to be made into anything today. But, you know. I thought they were just taking actual historical references and pushing them all to how people behave in these type of political scenarios. Not the greatest subtext in the world. Maybe there is in the books, but in the show, eh. The Hobbit didn't need to be a trilogy, but that's what we got. Nobody even asked for a Hangover trilogy. Was it fucking Lord of the Rings? Lord of the Rings, that was a good trilogy. The Hobbit one, I didn't even watch it, to be honest with you. I watched part of it, I was just like, I'm bored. Stop watching. Yeah.
Just there for the sake of being there for like this will rake in some money. Then
Hangover was a trilogy? Ow, dear lord. Was it a trilogy?
wow.
There was 3 of them? Fuck. I didn't even bother to see the third one. Is it me, or is Quentin Tarantino losing steam? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is boring as fuck.
Yo, I just
It's-
laughed my ass off at that Bruce Lee scene.
I know.
That shit was funny.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't his. It's kind of in his style, but my problem with the movie was the historical revisionism of it. Like the fucking Bruce Lee part.
Yeah.
Like this random Brad Pitt character just beats and kills the Manson family.
Brutally.
They just murders them all. Like, oh, that's kind of whack. I thought Tarantino was gonna ground himself and try to make something, but instead he just did the same old shit with with like a real story that happened, where real people got fucking murdered. He just took it, just did his own version of it. I'm like, that's kind of whack to me. What's the one where they're in the fucking? We're all lodged in a fucking like cabin or a tavern or something because there's a giant
you mean,
snowstorm.
Fucking 8.
Oh, Hateful Eight or something like that. That show was fucking hilarious. When did that come out? 2015, 16? Point is, I'll give Tarantino stories that he can either be somewhat inspired by or just straight up like make up his own story. But some sort of like shit that actually happened, no. Based on that one movie. So they can have two conflicting narratives. One narrative says men are overly violent and oppressing women. The other says the women can be just as violent as men. Is that what you got from?
Terrible just watching movies
If
like
they're, yeah, I know. If they're movies that are separated like that, essentially do whatever you want with them. Right? There's a template for Batman, but you know, they still did their own thing with the Nolan trilogy, as far as the deeper concepts within it. Me and my ex used to call the metaverse symbol space. We did some work trying to map it. It's endless, but a fun exercise. Cardinally is important. Cardinality, never heard that word, is important. Class and instance, general and specific, etc. Okay. Women are weak narrative. Isn't that we are told constantly that men are oppressing women? Which is it? Are women weak, or are they just as physically strong as men? I'm trying to I'm just rereading it again. That we're being told constantly? What do you mean? Through like culture war politics? Expect there's every movie to run through that?
He thinks that's. I mean, you know what? I really don't know what he thinks because whenever we ask him, like, what's the point of this, or why do you care, or what do you mean in depth, he doesn't do it. So, you know, it is what it is.
You're trying to go against the culture war narrative when no one here is saying the culture war narrative. We're saying, who cares if Charlize Theron plays a fucking hero in a movie and beat the shit out of whoever? It all matters, like, to the context of the movie itself. Shit. What's funny is you actually have artwork that specifically is talking about feminism itself. He says nothing about it. Weird. From prior time periods, right? From probably his golden era of time period. No, people have been doing this. One, it's just getting more shine now because of dipshits like you falling for the culture war shit.
It's like you contribute to it.
Yeah, he does.
You keep that shit up. No, who knows if you have a genuine bone in your fucking.
Road Warrior is the second. The first is called Mad Max. Oh, okay. And that makes the third Thunderdome. You sure? Could have sworn it's like a Be tripping. I'm probably tripping though. I never watched the Game of Thrones. It's called Game of Thrones. That's it. There's no the there. But it's, I guess, entertaining. It for sure. You want to talk about like writing for the sake of writing and keeping you engaged in the story. Game of Thrones season 1 through 6 are some of the best we've ever seen on TV. The other shit like subtext and all that, not the greatest. And obviously the last 2 seasons kind of failed us.
Kind of.
Yeah. I'll say kind of to be nice. Lord of the Rings was a good trilogy, but The Hobbit should have been done in one movie. Ah, okay. Yeah, I couldn't get through The Hobbit. What was it, like part 1 or something?
There was like
Desolation of Smog or some shit like that. Their dragons look more trash than the Game of Thrones, which is a fucking TV show. There ye. That's the best CGI dragon like ever is in Game of Thrones. Like the body mechanics of it and the physicality of it is like holy shit. I liked Kill Bill. I did too. Kill Bill was good. Tarantino was trying to repeat what he did in Inglourious Bastards at the end. At the end of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it was boring and lame. Supposedly his next film will be his last. Hope it's Kill Bill. Really, I didn't know that. Tiring. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. I didn't care that much for Inglourious Bastards either, to be honest with you. There's some scenes that are like, oh, this is hilarious or cool looking or something. But yeah, using films to get your revenge out on something is like weird to me.
Well,
Well, he did it in fucking Django too.
There's a little bit of a.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. He essentially made Punch a Nazi into a movie.
The genre.
Eh. Like, is this your political statement or something?
We're winning. It's like,
Kill Bill was good. Yes, it was. I think I liked the second more though. Or whichever one she does her training in, that's my favorite one. The movies seem together so well that it seems like just one big movie, to be honest. I'm still looking for a DVD copy of Kill Bill 1 and 2. It's real art. It's well made. Not the greatest though. I don't even know if it's in my top 10. It's a fun movie with some subtext in it. Yeah. By the way, I don't take like copying Eastern philosophies, Western philosophy, religion, just repeating them in film. I don't take that as deep subtext. There has to be like, you kind of have to show me as an artist, like, oh, you believe in this concept and you resonate with this concept. That's why you're putting this concept in the movie. Like you have a relationship with this concept. It's not just, ooh, this will be spooky. Let's add this religious parable here. I do more than that. And I feel like as an audience member, I could do that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I feel like I can do that as an audience member. Dear God, sigh, on average, are women just as physically strong and apt to be violent as men?
First of all,
on average. It doesn't make sense.
I wish he knew how unintelligent that. Like from someone who.
On all
so me
levels.
and you, who have trained at the level of like professional athletes,
Mm-hmm.
who watch fighting like professionally, any discipline, and then being able to observe that, right, such a way where you can compare it to the average populace, male or female, body types, even like intentions regarding certain movements, right? How people would move, that's biomechanics. I wish he knew how unintelligent that sounded. I wish he knew. Probably would just shut his fucking mouth. It's so annoying. It infuriates me. Like, unreal. Yeah, I can't. It's like I told you, like those people who never knew who they were athletes to begin with, which is like basic move.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then like if they're in gym class and they do like various like little games, and then you never knew that this he or she would be a beast if they did this discipline over here for this sport. It's like the girl you told me about. Don't say her name, obviously.
Yeah.
As far as like, skill wise, just leaps and bounds beyond other individuals on that basketball team.
Yeah.
One girl. It's guess what? Like
and
that like holds like
quite a bit.
Yeah. In one aspect.
Yeah.
One aspect of training as opposed to like strength and conditioning.
That statement's incorrect on multiple levels. I
could go for an hour.
Obvious. Yeah, there's the obvious social aspect or external world aspect, but there's also the film aspect, which is it's a fucking movie. Like, yeah, there's a billionaire guy who dresses up as a bat. Uses all these tech things to fucking beat up criminals.
Assessment aspect, but then there's like the retelling aspect. Like that just bullshit. Doesn't make sense.
And then even that, there's helpless women in the movie, in the Mad Max movie, the newer one. He just happens to not be one of them. Just like in the real world, there's quote unquote like untrained, physical, athletic women. There are physically trained, athletic women who would beat the living shit out of you. Anyways, look, Jordan, he has his culture war narratives, talking points. She's going to say them whether it makes sense or not. Basically, hits 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my song. Thank you, prop. The people who complain about the culture war all the time are the ones who participate in it the most, or at least fucking.
You keep that shit alive.
At least give it floaties, so it can stay above water.
Fucking give that shit CPR every time. It's really no different than the basic talking point. The non like political parody. Right in the left, like when you people do that, you fucking keep. Like every time you open your mouth and you repeat talking point, imaginary like a spit, like imaginary space open. Person did the same on the other side, like just appears so they can stand closer to you. Back. Oh yeah, mediocrity. Yeah.
By the way, I bet Matt Hunter doesn't complain when Rocky takes 34 punches to the face, on the chin, on pressure points in the chin, in the jawline. There's nothing about him like, how's he still alive?
Just whipping his head back and forth. Fucking forget about it. Forget about like the fucking horrible like idea of what PTE is. And, just like physical aspects of like how an individual would run through that. Like if you want to go material assessment, then you could fucking go into the whole like anaerobic like conditioning. How the fuck is he able to take punishment like that? Constantly over and over again fights a dude who's like 3 weight classes above him.
Yeah.
Dude, let's just be real. He's 5'8". Oh yeah, by the way, they build him as 6 foot 200 something pounds in the movie. That dude is not 200. No, that dude's like 188. Ripped out of his mind. He's like 5'8", 180 something pounds. Like lean, like no fat on him, but still like 200 pounds.
This is not me drawing. This was OCB James drawing. Give me a list of basketball Americans and the Ducks' favorite kingdoms, and I may make Game of the Black Thrones.
Really, dude. like such a shitty way to fucking.
What do y'all think about the Grindhouse movies? Planet Terror, Death Proof. I like Death Proof more. I mean, that's a fucking feminist movie right there. There you go, Matt Hunter. There's a feminist, quote unquote, feminist leaning movie. I like Death Proof more. He did the same thing there too, where he just beat the shit out of the toxic masculinity. Tarantino puts it in movies and beats the shit out of it. And he's Luciferian. No, seriously. Planet Terror was cool though. I just like Death Proof more. What are Tarantino's top 3 best according to you? Mine are Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, and Jackie Brown. That is not bad. Mine's gonna be basically the same. Fuck, that's tough. I like Kill Bill so much though, with fucking samurai and shit like that. It's fucking dope. So I'm gonna go Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, and then Kill Bill 1 and 2 are like right there. In no order. Yeah. I really like Reservoir. Here I am, stuck in a middle with you.
Oh. I saw that clip on like Instagram a while ago. I was like,
oh, that shit's dark. Most artists with the CGI scene, wait, what? Most artists in the CGI scene are guys. That's why there's so many CGI films around. Little boy themes. Apparently there's a bit of glut of that stuff, and you don't get a lot of work. I don't mind CGI. Well, sometimes it could definitely be like a eyesore, right? And what was it, The Matrix 2, where he fights like 3,000 fucking Smiths?
PS2 graphics.
It looks terrible. An eyesore, but how else do you do that in a practical way? I mean, there's some practical effects, right? Guys that are dressed like Smith, but do certain things where he does like the spinning around on the fucking the pole. Pause. Yeah. That looks absolutely terrible.
When I was a kid, I wasn't like watching it like critically, you know, like what's happening.
Or when he saves Trinity from the building exploding, or he catches her, right? It's just the flying looks terrible. But yeah, I mean, Nolan's use of practical effects is probably the top-notch thing you want. Then again, there's, like I said, Game of Thrones, the dragon looks epic. I enjoy James's art as long as it's not ducks.
Who said that?
Take a wild guess.
Duly noted. Did you know there's a new character in the...
Gotta make some food. Be right back. All right, Oz.
You know there's a new character in the Matrix series?
No. Who is it?
It's not who, but what.
What is it?
They left somewhat of a subliminal. They left a other trailer.
Yeah, Matt's the one in the chat freaking out about culture wars and shit. Basketball Americans. Not a mention of Django, really? I mentioned it. Not in my top 3 Tarantino movies.
That shit was fun. Like, I don't know what the guy's he's like, just blows her. It's like,
Django, you black son of a bitch. Right, motherfucker.
you imagine, it's like, listen,
Yeah, there's definitely funny shit in there.
Like that.
There's some really dark parts too. That's the part that, you know, turns me off with Tarantino movies. Is the
Torture
it's like,
porn
oh,
for-
you want to do horrible things. It's just you want it to be like who's typically considered bad guys. Like the scene when the house is blowing up and it's just smile on what's her name? What's the actress's name?
Anytime.
Fuck. Forgot the actress's name, but the one who plays the girl, who plays Django's girl, just has a smile on her face, and you can see the fire reflecting
In her
off
eyes.
Yeah, reflecting
like,
off her
ew.
face, the light of it. Like, whoa. Like you told this actress to smile this particular way during the, like, what it is, smiling, but it's like very sinister. Like, whoa. The people being burned. But you know, they're slave owners or whatever the fuck, or racist.
So it's okay.
That's cool.
Not like they're sick or anything.
I still haven't seen Reservoir Dogs. It's a pretty good movie. It's a very good movie. Well, it's a pretty very good movie. Very entertaining. If you like Snatch, you would like Reservoir Dogs.
Most entertaining act.
Yeah. I mean, the movie is a smoker, dark as fuck, but if Matt Hunter gets under your skin, forehead model, you are invited to our next threesome forehead, so you may hash things out. Careful, you're white, so people will be able to see her love marks.
Sim for one.
Sounds
Sorry.
cute. Sounds adorable. What are your thoughts on the Arizona audit? Independent canvas was released today, and supposedly over 190,000 ballots are missing from people who voted, but it wasn't recorded. I have a natural suspicion of not just elections, but anything that these seemingly creepy people get their fucking hands on.
Anything that they're involved.
Yeah. So if there's any type of dangling happening in any fucking election, it would not surprise me one bit. That news I didn't know exactly about. Were we watching Combo Couch or something? But yeah, none of that would surprise me at all. That's some of the best shit ever. Super sinister. Parameters had been set. I mean, yeah, Tarantino goes there. Goes there. I'm not knocking him. It's just like, as much as seeing like a villain get their ass kicked, like okay for me. I want to see a real hero, not a you're beating up bad guys that makes you a hero.
Yeah, like
I want to see a real. Right?
I want to see revenge porn.
Yeah, I've had this argument with Tender. It's like Punisher is not my kind of guy.
That's a tragedy.
The Marvel Punisher.
It should be a tragedy. Not a. I'm gonna make things.
Yeah. You like Charlize, but can't remember how to. Oh, Kerry Washington. That's her name. Well, she's not as famous, bro. What do you want from me? And yes, she is lovely.
Like Daredevil.
Arizona audit. I cannot even pretend to be. See how like real and enthusiastic I read these.
No.
I cannot even pretend to be surprised or care about any election since it's all a sham. I mean, let's be real. If the candidates are a sham, what do we say about who's getting robbed in which direction? We really say. Natural Born Killers, the TV show part with Rodney Dangerfield, is super dark. Great scene. Oh, we watched that like a month or so ago. Watched that in the Discord. Cool. Very 90s looking. Might have been made in the 80s, but who knows? It seems like the 90s. Sure. Reminds me of like the style of it, like Roadside Prophets, like an indie movie from that time period. We had a bunch of like stars in it, but they weren't stars yet. They weren't exactly stars. Voting machines with proprietary software that you can't audit. Yeah, I'm out. Understandable. Saw it on Telegram. Steve Bannon was talking about it. DNC rigged it against Bernie. They'll rig it against Trump all day. Biden's attorney general is threatening legal consequences against the state of Arizona. Biden's attorney general is doing that? Oh, for showing how like rigged looking it is. Yeah. And the Bernie thing was like even more in your face. Like that whole Iowa thing was just in your face rigged, in my opinion. Yeah. Me personally, like I don't see a reason to even rig it against Trump. We're just gonna continue the same shit anyways. Be real about this. But, maybe it took over as like maybe that's the thing they want people bickering to each other about, right? Where they create that narrative, just like CNN does like a ridiculous story that'll be knocked down in 5 seconds. They put the story out anyways, and it gets you to say, "See, look, CNN's bullshit." And you just have them go against whoever your favorite candidate is, and then all of a sudden they look like a good guy because CNN doesn't like them.
Are you a jobber? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your purpose.
Yes, Kerry Washington is very beautiful. I just forgot her name. Come on, YellBRo, suspend your disbelief. No. Steve Bannon is another spook. That'd be hard to disagree with. Why wasn't Trump talking about how corrupt? I thought we were doing the Matrix. Whatever. Why wasn't Trump talking about how corrupt voting systems was while he was in office? Why did Bernie stay silent? They suck. Because we need to defeat the most dangerous president of our lifetime.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Fucking lay out PowerPoint. You won't.
Is The Matrix a movie or real life? I think it's a metaphor for real life. I would definitely say that. All right, because it's all theatrics. Yeah, the political system. I guess you can relate that to the fucking Matrix if you wanted to. Quite a bit. Yeah, Bannon held up the AG's letter. Bannon isn't perfect and a definite opportunist himself. The deep state brought him up on charges for BS reasons. Well, that's kind of the thing I'm talking about, Movie Maker. where it's like you take bad guys, right? It's kind of like the Tarantino shit. Take bad guys, you grab these other bad guys, and you have those bad guys beat up these bad guys. But one bad guy is overt, the other one is covertly bad. And then they say, hey, look, see, I'm a good guy because, look, I beat up the person that, the group you consider to be the bad guys. Right? Brad Pitt is good in Inglourious Basterds because Nazis are bad. That's why he's good. He beats up the Nazis. And they could easily do that with a Trump character or a Bannon or something like that. Right? One loves WikiLeaks, the other hates WikiLeaks. They both prosecute WikiLeaks.
Ooh.
There's like logic does not add up at that point. OCB is a bad boy. Prop wants to spank you. Does the Trinity?
Not you.
Does the Trinity have anything to do with Mother Mary? I believe so. The Trinity character, the Matrix series, I believe so. If you look at it, she kind of gives birth to the messianic figure, right? It's her saying, you have to be the one because I love you. And that's the thing that brings them back to life. There might be an opportunity to invest in the coat hanger and knitting needle industries out of Arizona medical excursions like they had in Ireland. I don't even know.
Ireland.
The Trinity is all dudes. Hey. Means Trinity from the Matrix, vicious. You got into Evangelion, yet psychology, bro. And or Knockout City.
Not great.
I have not downloaded the video game. In the show I haven't watched yet. Too much thing. Congress is basically fantasy football. Don't diss fantasy football like that. Don't you dare. Was that a tweet you put out or something? Tripping. That's where I saw you say something like. Or was that in the article? I can see. Right. Say, what is a 4? What do you mean phone? And do they only come in meta flavor? Wait, what? Lost. How do you think that California recall election will go with Larry Elder? I don't even know about it. Don't even know about it. Larry Elder is... He's the... he's that black dude, right? That's on all the quote-unquote right-wing channels. Right? Isn't he like an economist or something? Or am I mixing him up? What happened with the audit? Did Convo cover a new story? I don't know. Don't know. I really have not been paying attention to the election stuff. Being honest. Try to do the people stuff a little more often. I thought the Trinity was about past, present, and future. It has to do with time. No? No, usually the Trinity in a Christian lens is a Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Right, and they're just levels of your own humanity. Mind, body, soul. I think of another context. But yeah, I would look at yeah, go of like, right, the world around you, how you perceive the world, and or no, the world around you, your inner faculties, and then how you perceive all of it by negotiating both of those things together. I did tweet that about that to Allison, and it's true. It was a partial dig at you. I'm glad you saw it. He. Freak you. Okay, that was the thing in the Twitter thing, DM group. I came here for the donuts. Is Batman hiding them? Freak you. What's up, Shadowban, by the way? Tender, what's up? Don't forget, guys, we're going to have our normal live stream later after this one. Right now, we're chilling about movies in the Matrix. It seems that puns have an event horizon. Well, I'm slow reading. That's why. Larry Elder said the minimum wage should be $0 an hour, didn't he? How forward thinking. Oh, that's why he gets invited to all those fucking right wing shows, whatever. Rich guys telling you don't need shit. Come on, you don't need money. Hey, don't you make like $500,000 a year? Shut up. Don't look over here. Look at yourself. What are you doing wrong? Those are the motherfuckers. Like when I say individuality and existentialism, those are the guys that borrow that concept and apply it to economics that you don't fucking try to get anywhere near them. What did fucking fuckface Crenshaw say? Suffering's good. But he said it on Rogan, I think. Suffering, well, it's a necessary thing for spiritual development. And it's like he took like some shit I would say and just twisted it into some bullshit economic angle. And it's like that is a devil worshiper. When I talk about Crowder being a devil worshiper, that's what I fucking mean.
You know those vampire movies with little ugly hunchback little fuck who like licks his fucking
yes, master, yes.
Yes, we'll turn him into glass. That's him.
Yeah.
Little fucking.
They are devil worshippers, in my opinion.
That dude lick like masters.
Yeah.
Incredible. Queens. Then he puts pieces on.
And I'm not even being. This is not even being hyperbolic. It's legit devil worshipping. They take spiritual concepts that are supposed to be for your development, or take some sort of like an intelligent designer, intelligent creator, whatever the fuck. Supposed to be made of love and shit, like love and compassion and shit, right? Right? Are you telling me God's Son doesn't reflect God itself? So they take those concepts and then they apply it to American exceptionalism, essentially. God's not against borders. Look.
He wants them.
This place is called Galilee, and this place is called Jerusalem, and this place is called what?
What is wrong with you?
You're saying that's an argument by God for borders? 5D chess.
You know, the sad thing is, he's gonna have, hey, I'm gonna go having kids. I feel bad for them.
It is straight up
Have fun with it.
taking those type of things and manipulating them like that. Like, I truly believe they're manipulated on purpose. That, my friends, is devil worship. It's not Satanism, like, hail Satan. Ethan's cool. These motherfuckers, creepy. Like, super duper creepy. Like, just for me, logically looking at it, it's like taking something like that, like, it's almost the opposite of the things I try to do. It's where I look at a movie or a story and find the beauty in it. These motherfuckers turn it into mold and dust and shit. You whack ass, you bro. Anyways, right wing channels says the person that feigns ignorance as to what left wing is. You should do a better job of disguising your political hypocrisy. Boy, I wish you could see the hand quotes as I say right wing. Oh, yeah. Didn't I say quote unquote right wing?
You know what? I got a great idea.
I think I said the words
how
quote
about this
unquote.
guy actually gets on a voice call and destroy us?
Oh, I wish.
Oh, fuck.
That'd be lovely.
Oh, my bad. Man. That requires nuts, I guess. Well,
Sorry, I should say quote unquote every time instead of hoping you would catch the hint. But no hints caught. Seb's out here sneak dissing. As always. Donuts is an important emoji. Sneaky Red Sea dissing. Whack ass, duck ass. Is there sideways time? Huh? Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Oh, fuck.
Mr. Quack! Mr. Anderson.
That's Mr. Egg skip. Freshly played.
Is there sideways time? And does the meta give us the means to traverse it? I guess sideways time would be linear time, right? I don't know. I was going to make an Asian joke, but I couldn't. Couldn't do it.
That's nice.
Ed might be watching. That's a joke. Calm down. Calm down. Maybe we can tether time? Time is an illusion of the ego. What is the ego? That perceives space. And space precedes time. Get to the smarty smart anime YellBRo toes. That is, if you truly are a scientist, you can't avoid the inevitable. Oh, stop it. Yeah, I've reached a point where I feel like I already understand certain things. Now I watch for fun. Like, oh, okay, I want to see if these guys are doing this or not. What you say is true that women are, on average, just as physically strong and violent as men. Why are men over-arrested when it comes to domestic violence charges? I love the caveats of on average. Meanwhile, just ignoring the part where we didn't say on average.
I know.
We're oh, there are individual women that can beat the living fuck out of you.
It's hey, why do you give a shit at all? Why? Yeah, no, really, I'm really curious why you actually put effort into any of this stuff that you necessary to look at. Do you care? The goal. Good luck answering that. Good luck. You'll need it.
Are you interested in seeing
Run
Indiana?
Away.
Are you interested in seeing Indiana Jones 5? Spielberg won't be directing this time, but the dude who directed Logan stepped into his chair. For sure, I'll watch it. Do I think it's gonna be good? I don't know. Remember that one I saw in theaters? Fuck it. That shit
Crystal
wrecked me,
Skull?
bro. Yeah. I had fun because we were just making fun of the movie the whole time. Like, like, I like audibly said in the movie theater, I'm like, aliens? Are you fucking serious? Aliens?
Russia, communism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the aliens part that fucked my head up. Like, didn't this guy look for the fucking Holy Grail and shit? The freak?
I mean,
Like
dude,
a
alien
magical
things,
chalice and shit like that?
say something with it, you know?
Fuck, no, you can't do aliens. That fucks my head up.
Why?
It does not fit Indiana Jones or at all. It does not. It does not. Indiana Jones was supposed to have like fucking like voodoo shit and all that stuff. Like, nope, aliens. Like what?
I just
So
want
was it
some-
aliens? Those other three movies were they just aliens too? You're telling me God,
What does
like,
that mean?
huh? There had to be some powerful force that lets you drink this cup, or there's magic thing that comes out of this tomb, or all that shit, right? If you're telling me that exists in the same world where there's aliens making crystals, that get the fuck out of here, bro. And what does it do? Does it like control minds or something like that?
I don't remember.
Whatever that crystal does, it was kind of like the ring in Lord of the Rings, right? It had some sort of like thing.
It makes people go like crazy or something.
Makes them go crazy. So it's like Jesus
For
and
one, I don't-
aliens holding hands together.
don't remember.
You fucked the lore up. Let's be
remember.
real. Fuck the lore up.
One can make a cool concept.
That'd be hard to turn into a story. It'd be difficult. You would have to say that the aliens were doing all that magic shit in the past in the first place. Otherwise, it's just like, yeah, God made aliens too. Made aliens with superpowers. It's like, what? It's like, what? I'll tell you, it does not make sense.
I'd say the movie was good at all.
I would say it wouldn't
When I was
make
a
sense
kid, I
having
was
both
like-
of them in the
I
same
saw,
universe.
All the men saw that when I was like,
They don't. It doesn't. It will not. It broke my suspension of disbelief.
then I saw South
Okay.
Park.
Andy, no. Yeah. They walked out. They're like, "Fucking aliens!" I swear,
When I was a
the same
kid,
exact reaction
saw,
watching that shit.
I saw like people like leaving the theater like in like what did you think of the movie? It fucking sucked.
Oh, it was bad on so many levels. I enjoyed Indiana Jones. Better me than the old ones. Crenshaw is a rhino hack. He believed it's okay to censor Americans as independent contractors, make money from the state. 30 states have laws saying you can't boycott Israel and make money. Oh yeah. And I'd honestly call him a neocon. Be real about it. Ziocon,
But
whatever.
in doubt he's intelligent. Like he's like, you know, CIA.
Indiana Jones was my shit. So was Big Trouble in Little China. Jackie Chan.
No.
Big Trouble in Little China? Sure.
Kurt Russell.
Jackie Chan.
China.
That is Kurt Russell. What am I thinking of then? What Jackie Chan movie am I thinking?
Wow, bro. What title?
Yeah. What was Jordan thinking? That is a. Don't show me. Freak you. What movie was I thinking? Please don't tell me I was thinking Rumble in the Bronx. Might have been thinking Rumble.
Oh, Rumble in the.
What's the one where he slides down that fucking? What was it?
You think he
I remember
slides
his
like
film.
this? That cop? Those lights are popping.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Why do I think that was that? Whatever. Being remade with The Rock, of course.
Wait, what? What's being remade? Yeah, what's being remade?
Big Trouble in Little China. I guess I haven't seen it then.
He's like Kevin Hart to me. You're fucking 5,000 movies and they're all. Yeah, I don't know, man. Remember Lethal Weapon?
Yeah.
Funny, cool. From what I remember. And then there's The Rock and Jumanji. How about the one where he's like a. What is he? He's a fucking security guard with one leg and he's 6'6".
Oh, yeah.
Like
yeah.
he has like a mechanical leg. And it's like I saw it. I didn't see the movie, so not fair. But I saw a trailer. I'm like, so this is that movie with fucking Bruce Willis?
Die Hard.
Die Hard, but it's like Rock. Die Hard is. That's what I got from the trailer.
Rock is. He's just a walking Fast and Furious movie.
He's a walking Fast.
Doesn't matter what the name of the movie is or even the fucking plot or whatever the fuck into it. He is a franchise movie.
Shame.
And they're just gonna write the movie around him. Unless you can get a good director that grounds him. Maybe that Black Adam movie will be okay. I don't know. But they better not rock it up. Well, pause. They equate morality and with Western values. Very dumb. I think it's more than dumb. Word Sinister comes to mind.
How are you?
I don't think I'm that far behind. Yeah, I don't think they equate morality and Western values. I think they take religious things that are connected to morality and attach them to things they want to happen in the world. We stand before you, fellow Americans, to fight a great evil in the world. Yeah, that's them. Crenshaw believes suffering is good for you. Didn't that guy go on a media tirade about he was offended by a joke on SNL? What hypocrisy.
Who's to say he really believes in it?
Yeah. Fuck wings?
Like character.
Wings. Chicken? Or a TV show? I guess you mean food. Wings are good with hot sauce. Yes, they are. Unless they got sauce on them already. We'll roll with that. I'll be back in a while. Well, we're going to be back too later. Time is crazy. Time is crazy fucking shit. Like, gravitational waves are produced by distortions in the rate of time, or so equals MC squared says. Didn't someone say they outdid Einstein on the theory?
Maybe.
Because of dark matter?
Darkness.
And the soul precedes them all. I would say so. But I believe the soul would want to experience and express Thus, it needs a buffer to be the ego. Thus, the ego is born, so we may experience ourselves in time. Because we would want it that way, anyways, right? You bloody well know it. You Peterson sycophants. Time is clearly a dimension. Ego schmigo. No. In fact, the thing you're using to prove time as a dimension is your ego. Your ego is creating the your ego is creating the concept that the time is not based on the ego. Dun dun dun.
It's quack.
Also, like I'm talking perspective and psychologically speaking, if your ego is the thing that's making separations between left and right, front and back, here as opposed to over there, and space is basically saying is what time is, right? You're calling it a dimension, that's what time is. Separation between past and present is as much saying a separation between here and there. All done with your ego. I was looking into the camera again. Camera's not on, Jordan. So yeah. Is there time for you if you don't have the tools to perceive time? You have no ego. Thus, perceptionally, based on your, like, for you, as far as your experience, time is within your ego. Hey, Batman, stop hiding in the donuts, monster. Freak you. Most science fiction is designed to fuck with our heads. Gotta ask why. What is the motive to fuck with someone's head? Not always clean in my book. And for sure, I mean, there could be some things. I would definitely wouldn't say most. I'm sure there's certain things. Transformers. This sketch sucks. Downvote, unsubbed.
Who said that?
Quack. Check aliens. My friends call me Fat Man. Hey, that's not nice. Twiddling the thumbs for fun and profit. So you're going with science fiction? I just watched Chinatown for the first time the other day. Really good until the very end. Then it was like, what the fuck? What just happened? Chinatown? Is that Jackie Chan? Am I tripping? No. Right. I don't know. What's Chinatown? Kurt Russell will always be Snake Plissken? The fuck?
Pliskin.
Huh?
That was Pliskin.
Plissken? I don't know what that is.
From
Oh, okay. The eye patch and shit. Are you excited about Michael Keaton coming back to play Batman in The Flash? I'm like, okay.
I kind of don't get it.
And I think that's another thing that they're going to do just to reset the universe, because DC has done such a horrible fucking job.
Well, it's just. I mean,
Definitely curious, like, definitely watch it to see what happens, but, you know, I've just been too jaded when it comes to movies nowadays. You already know Shadow, him and his Dark Knight jammies. Freak you tender. Don't worry, I'll get you back. I'll get Shadow back. I see you. Mariana, thanks for sticking up for me. Heh. Western values are simple. Exchange value, plunder everything that can be named, and sell it. Yeah, but you're a Westerner. That's not your values, are it? Did not like Michael Keaton as Batman. I mean Batman. I liked it as a kid, but when I go back and watch it, Tim Burton movies in general, I'm just like, eh.
Okay.
They can be somewhat cool looking, but I don't necessarily look at Batman as like a goth character. Ba, 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 ba. For not watching the classics? How dare you? My movies monster truck over your movies. Like, yeah. Cracked hoods and broken glass and caved in cars. Huh? You can pick his classics, Ender. And I will pick my movies. Mine will just monster truck his. Yes.
What are his?
Huh?
What are his?
I don't know. I think Casino is one of them. Batman Forever was off the chain and presented a wonderful duality of man. Freak you.
Ow. I'm missing something.
That movie is an embarrassment to filmmaking.
The Val Kilmer, right?
I mean, I never seen just straight up, like, you were just a very long commercial.
He's ready. They just have her in the corner. Just over here.
Theory of general relativity still holds strong. There are conflicts with quantum mechanics, but that's being worked out. The universe could not give a fuck about my ego. Okay. But dude, do you exist? You could say the universe exists regardless of you, but do you exist, period? If so, for you, time works in relativity. Or time works in, yeah, to make time relative. And the ego makes the relatives. Penguin? Ugh. Bet Jordan hasn't even watched Goonies or Gremlins. He don't know nothing about no Mogwais. Goonies I've seen a little bit of. Gremlins I've seen all of it. They're gonna make a new one. I grew up on fucking Gremlins. 100%. Rocky Roads? I don't know what that is. Gremlins for sure. Gotta rewatch Batman Forever. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't hurt yourself like that. The king, known as Jordan, hasn't watched any classics, probably hasn't even watched Blade Runner. Yes, I have. I told, like, I will stomp all of you out in a movie argument. It's not even close. I think I'm joking, but There'll be blood and teeth everywhere. That's all I'm gonna say. And yes, I have seen Blade Runner. Not the new one, the old one I saw. It was alright. Jesus symbolism in there. You can measure it, it's a dimension. If you think otherwise, say, I got this bridge I can sell you at a discount. But you can't measure time. You can't measure anything, can you? Oh, wait, you're reliant on your ego to make any type of measurement.
Uh-oh.
So once again, your ego reigns king over what you're calling dispels the ego. I will transcend my ego with my ego. Like, doesn't that leave your ego left? No? Anyways. Now this one is just pure blasphemy.
What?
Jordan hasn't even seen Sandlot. That's mega blasphemy. That's omega blasphemy. Say, I've never seen Sandlot.
I remember.
I saw it in theaters. I saw it on VHS many times. I saw it in school. I saw it in like when I was running that camp. I played it for kids.
Really?
For that camp thing.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys did that? Yeah, fuck.
It was a rainy day, so we couldn't go outside and go to the field and shit and whatever, hit baseballs or whatever.
You fucking
Yeah.
didn't do anything.
So we went to the rec center and just played a movie.
Wait, what are you talking about? Rio?
No, not the league.
Oh.
It's straight up like summer camp for kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god, I'm about to go brick through this dude's house.
No.
Sorry, go home.
It was a camp, basically sponsored by the city, basically.
I got you.
Yeah.
My
Actually,
cousins-
they played it. They played it on something, and I said, "Oh no, I can just illegally download it right now." And we're like, "Shh."
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cousins ordered for just gave it to us. VHS. Rio Blizzard. Amazing.
Ooh. Nah, I gotta go.
5-year-old James was
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Blizzard. Or Reese PC.
it was like the movie. I don't know how to describe it. It was awesome. Summer, but it was not.
I used to, yeah.
Childhood home.
I used to get just the cups of candy. My dad's a savage.
Oh, like it was like this big. So when I'm a kid, my hand fucking so. I'm like, oh my god, this is for me.
Brand new cherry flavor was excellent. What?
All right.
The reason the camera's off is so YellBRo and the forehead model can jerk. Okay. So that Emblem Fate and Mad Hunter can jerk each other off without us noticing. But my detective skills are good. I found you out. Emblemed. Enjoy that Emblemed with Matt Hunter. Zimbardo wrote good shit about good people turning evil. Jane Elliott too. Yeah, they probably fell in that good aspect. Escape from New York and LA are becoming reality. I've only seen parts of them. Don't remember much about it. He doesn't watch Colors, even though I keep reminding him. I get reminded to watch a whole bunch of things. He doesn't even like movies. He stands directors. What are you talking about? I stand works of art. Christopher Nolan, his artist and his work of art is The Dark Knight. Inception, The Prestige, Interstellar, Memento. You can probably give him credit for Man of Steel to some degree. Not much, though. Tenet, Dunkirk. On and on and on it goes. Dunkirk. Pretty traditional. I think he enjoys history. Damn, I'm so far behind. Me fighting shit shadow. Colors is greater than bad. That again? Look it up, see? Even the notion is colors, colors, colors. Wait, I fucking seen this before. Wait, I think I've seen this before. No. Oh no, maybe I haven't seen it. I'm thinking of Sean Penn playing an undercover. That's a different movie. Haven't seen Colors.
How is it better?
Good luck.
I'm just.
Borders are wrong for white people, but right for Native Americans, Africans, and Palestinians.
Oh God.
Explain your
please.
hypocrisy. I've never said that once in my life. What you want, Pac-Man? Casino is one of them. Fight Club. Fight Club's your best chance. I'm probably stomping on that shit too. Your best chance though. Remember when cavemen banned rocks because they were used to murder people? Remember that argument made? Clerks 3 just wrapped filming, but Kevin Smith has sold out so much lately that I'm rather jaded about seeing it. I hope it's good, but I hope it isn't as bad as He-Man supposedly was. I have not seen He-Man. Clerks 1 and 2 are fucking awesome to me and hilarious. Hopefully he stays true to it. It's dope they're coming out with another one, but hopefully it's good. How dare you put baby in the corner at OC Boomer?
Don't test me. Don't do it.
All the Cheech and Chongs. I believe I've seen some Cheech and Chong, just I was really young when I saw them. Don't remember.
I was like, oh. And I kind of. Not knocking it. Just try to do something else. So.
Monkey Braveheart was best trilogy ever. Don't agree, then you ain't blackjack. Rita. Wasn't even a trilogy, you fuck. Actually, the sequel came out, kind of. It was like a Netflix movie to Braveheart. Very good cinematography, but I don't think it had the same elements as original Braveheart. Mel Gibson just knows how to make a fucking movie. Holy shit.
Was it Apocalypse?
Yeah, Apocalypto he made. Even Passion of the Christ. Shit there, but people are too focused on Jesus being tortured for 2 hours. I have agency. I can be observed to exist as a self by others observing of that agency. So you exist because of everyone else. Is that what you're saying? I mean, can everyone else even see all of you?
Guess I'm.
Alright, we're gonna wrap up soon, guys. Hey, wow, you called it like literally at the 2 hours and 30 minutes mark. You call. Then we'll come back like an hour and a half or something.
All right.
I'm asking for a whooping. Freak out of here, bro. And no Kramer. Jordan don't even know about best of the best. Nope. He knows Roadhouse though, because he's basic. I've heard of Roadhouse. Never really watched it. I know what it is. It's like bar fighting, right? With Patrick Swayze.
Walks like this. And always had great. I remember. It's like I'm a bouncer and we fight people. This is so unreal.
Yeah. If they're older, I'll say this, Tender.
It could be funny, huh?
If they're older movies, they better be epic, or I'm not gonna watch them. Why can't I get like normal? I could just get normal movies with like modern cinematography, which looks way better to me.
Remember Rush Hour?
And probably in better acting. Yeah, Rush Hour. Yeah.
Better be like Rush.
It better be for me legit.
I'm talking about like just movie or.
I'd rarely go back in time for fun movies unless I've seen them already.
Like if you didn't see, you know. Like never saw Buffett.
Oh yeah. But for me, even that, I can get fun movies with better cinematography and acting today.
Bro.
It better have some shit. Like I'll go back.
I wouldn't know if there is one.
I'll go back in time to watch like Network, like the 70s, whatever. Like I'll go back in time to watch that.
Never watched it.
It's a great movie. Or Taxi Driver. I'll go back to watch that. Or The Godfather or something like that. You better be fucking epic.
Can't watch that again. Too many summer and Thanksgiving.
Blade Runner was alright, but Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep was a far better story. Hollywood always rewrites Philip K. Dick have happier endings. I guess. I don't know if Philip K. Dick's work. Hold on. Good.
I'm saving these from now on.
Sandlot's not one of my all-time favorites, but it has a nostalgic appeal to it. Not a bad movie. It's not bad. But it's not. Come on, bro.
I was shitting on it. Older, I'm like, yo, Ham did a pop up behind home plate, and they had that shit go over the fence.
Better than the best is that stone face, cold Dick Austin. What? Jordan had the Sandlot VHS. Me too. Of course. I miss fucking VHS.
Oh yeah! Make it rain! Make it rain, baby!
Thank you, Ed, for the $7. Deeds greater than words. I appreciate you. Stay strong. I disagree, but I hear what you're saying. Because your words can inspire deeds. And deeds can inspire words, which can inspire more deeds. But, yeah. In order to say deeds are greater than words, you better know everything that's going to happen for the rest of time. Otherwise, you're caught in that chicken and egg argument. Thank you for the $7, though, Ed.
I mean, I get it.
Exactly, Shadow. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Blizzards. The king. King of all kings.
I had that too.
The king of Dairy Queen.
Too bad it's like, I know what's... I had better.
I definitely know about Bad News Bears, old and new. Hey Jordan, if I sent you to the hardware store for a long wait, pause, they'd probably give you a long wait. Pause. Ah, shit. Cat jumped. By the way, what's up, Ed? Alright, we're going to be closing this stream down. Thanks for everybody interacting and all that shit. And we're going to come back with our normal stream where we're playing videos. I'm on camera for some reason. And we talk shit. Might even open up Discord tonight. You never know, big guy. You never fucking know. Huh? Alright, guys. We'll be back later. Don't forget to check out all the donation links in the description box for all the charities and other content creators, and even OCB himself. All of it in the description box. Please share it or donate or whatever. With all that said,